What is cropping up, stockers? Zach, stock cropper. Wednesday morning. I think it's April 16th. Yeah, +1 tax day. Rocking double sweatshirts. It's still cold. Colder than a well digger's ass in the hinterlands here this morning. I've got my... I took a shower last night, but I still got the Brandon Flowers or Billy Joe Armstrong eyeliner look from my blackface graphite doings. Banged out bean planting in 3 days. We finished last night, so the earliest we've ever finished, and we'll see if it was a good decision or not in a couple weeks if we get froze off, but if we get froze off, we do it again. Going for that soy boy yield. What it's about. Yeah, some crappy weather up ahead. I'm not going to probably plant any corn, not going to put any stock cropper plots or gap plots or anything like that in yet. I'm just a little bit worried with our ground temps still hanging in the 40s and quite a few cold, rainy systems that look to be coming out of the GFS and Euro over the next 2 weeks. I was looking at Eric Snodgrass's website, ag-wx.com, where I get all my weathers. I get people asking me about that, so that's where I get all my stuff from. I go to his website. It's really good. So, but today we've got some fun. We've got my good friend, longtime mentor with the stock cropper, Rick Bieber. Rick is renowned in the soil health, or what he likes to describe as the soil care world. Rick is coming to pick up the original, the OG ClusterCluck 5000. Like I said in my first video, we're going to be dispersing our barns to other sites so that we can have more impact with other folks that maybe haven't seen them this summer. And so today is the day that Rick comes to load, and we're going to make some content showing what that looks like. All right, so in order to load our ClusterCluck here this morning, we've got the old seat forklift we threw on the trailer and went through one of the boards, so I shouldn't bother, but we're gonna have to fix that. But anyway, I wanted to introduce my new farming partner that I picked up alongside of the road here last year, and this is Thad Wonder.
Hello.
Yeah, so his nickname that I've given him, because I like to give people nicknames, we had Juice Newton, and for obvious reasons, we were going to call him Thor. So Thor is his nickname for the channel, and he's agreed to be in content now for what we produce, because we're working together. Dad's actually a pharmacist by trade. We're the same age, and he's starting, this is his first year farming. He's picking up some family ground that's right next to my big base, and so we're teaming up to spread costs and working together. So he's agreed to come over and help load the ClusterCluck this morning. So if you see this big hairy guy, that's who he is, forever as Thor. Okay, so this is the beast that we've got to get loaded. So the game plan is we've got to pull the front steering assembly off, got to pop some pins, do that, and then we've got to pop these pins out and knock this off, and the same thing on the other side over here. And we've got to take these fences off to reduce our weight, and again this side. And then our plan is we're going to get this turned so it's a skinny weight. It's 12 feet, and then we're going to lift in the center point with said forklift and a backhoe, and hopefully set it on the trailer without anyone dying. That's the plan.
I'll go up and get those out of the way on that front side. Tell them straight back.
All right, so we've worked for the last 2 hours to get this thing deconstructed and loaded. And this thing is headed to just east of Dubuque, Iowa, to the fields of Cincinnati with my fearless mentor and friend Rick Bieber here from South Dakota. And Rick, I want you to tell the folks what you're doing, in a succinct manner. Just give them, a 30-second clip, and then what to expect with seeing this summer.
The Field Since Now is a project that Dominican sisters own. It's a convent there, and they've got a landscape that they're trying to turn into a regenerative farm so that they can have the fields themselves teach. And thank you very much for allowing us to take this over there and demonstrate it, Zach. I think this is the wave of the future for the young farmers to be able to enter and compete in today's food marketing.
100%. And it's great to have a place for, this is the first barn that we built in 2020. It chokes me up a little bit seeing this go down the road. We've had a lot of good memories, and we've got it safely loaded on here, and it's somehow or another going to cross the Mississippi River, and Rick's in charge of getting it there. And so the fields since now we're just a little bit east of Dubuque, right? Tell folks where that's at.
We're 7 miles east of Dubuque. We're 2 miles north of the Illinois line and 7 miles east of the Iowa line. We're in Wisconsin.
And you're going to be having some field days?
We're going to have field days probably once a month. We're going to have our annual conference 5th and 6th of September. This will be debuted. Anytime anybody wants to stop, just give us a call. And you can stop anytime before then, after then, and take a look at it. Like I said, we want the fields, our landscape, to be the education system. You just stop in and say hi.
Yeah.
Take a look at the pigs and chickens and what all we have in it.
That's right. I couldn't think of a better place for this thing to go for the summer, and encourage all you folks out in Illinois, Wisconsin, Eastern Iowa that haven't been able to get to our field days. The field day is coming to you now with the barns. So I'll probably be there at one of the field days when they have. I'll come out for the ones on the 5th and the 6th.
Oh, you definitely are.
Yeah, definitely.
Once again, thanks a lot, Zach.
Yeah.
It means a lot that you allow us to take this over in that country and give a.
I don't just give my barn to anyone. I give it to Rick Bieber, though. So anyway, but thanks to Rick for transporting and getting there. And again, come check it out this summer. It's like one of my kids leaving. Hopefully it doesn't tip off right off the bat. Oh, that shouldn't bother. Oh, hopefully them straps hold. All right, so we got Ravishing Rick on the road. Hopefully he makes it home in one piece and gets across the river safely. Now we're back to leveling some tile lines. So I absolutely hate discs, but this is the only disc that runs on our farm, and it's the one we use to kind of throw the dirt back into the middle of the tile ditch to try to get it humped up so that it's relatively smooth. And yeah, you just drive around and fill in the lines. I got about 2 more hours of this left on this piece, and then next thing you'll see out here is a strip tiller. All right, well, good morning. It's the next morning after we saw Rick leaving there with the ClusterCluck 5000. I can say he successfully made it across the state of Iowa over the Mississippi and arrived home at the fields of Cincinnati. So that's good news, because I didn't know how my tin was going to hold up that we put on 5 years ago, but it all worked, so good stuff. So wanted to make a little content. I'm finishing my spring strip till, bouncing across these tile lines that I showed you from a couple weeks ago when I did the tile video, and so I thought I'd make a little spring strip till content here. This is a field I'm planning on putting back to corn. I didn't know when I got out here how well it was going to work, but I think it's going to go. So we'll hop out here in a bit and show you how this Cross Gladiator Unchained is performing in these kind of crappy conditions. Oh man, it's another windy day. So let's see what we got out here for some strips. So it's actually not too bad. Kind of depends somewhat on the soil type. I get down into the heavier clays, I do have a little bit more slabbing, but we're up on a clarion knoll right now, and I think that'll plant. So we will get the strip till wrapped up today, and I'm not going to plant any corn. I made the decision. I'm just going to be patient and wait. I'm really happy I banged my beans in, just with the way the forecast looks. So it does look pretty wet going into the first week of May, and I got all my wettest farms planted. So knock on wood. I know there's a frost risk with that. You don't have to tell me, but the bean market the way it is, oh man, these tile ditches are rough. The bean market is, you got to have bushels if you're going to grow them. So, and I know people will chime in and say, yeah, you should grow other stuff. Yeah, you're right, I should. But you got to have a market for it. That's why I'm pumped about the oats. I've talked about the oat market that I plan on invested in, and hopefully bringing more diversity there. But anyway, I'm going to finish off the week doing some of the prep I didn't get done before I started to plant beans, to make sure I'm ready for corn, make sure we're ready for all the plot work, the 60-inch corn, twin row corn that we're putting in, the new schematic with the twin row with a single 30 in between, across, what would that be, 3 30-inch rows, where we're going to essentially put enough plants for 4 rows into 3, and then put a forage crop in between, that I talked about in the second video I think this season I put out, with that new schematic. I still need to come up with a name for that, but also Bob Gunzenhauser, a guy I used to work with when I was at Pioneer and Circa. He's doing a similar schematic plot like that down in southern Iowa, and he had a good tweet about that yesterday, where he was working with Salem 24/7 with an autonomous small planter unit, 4 rows wide, to plant some gap arrangements for him down there. So check Bob out and follow him for more work kind of similar to that. But basically that's what we're going to be doing, getting get stuff ready to go for the corn run, get all the plots ready, and then I'm taking gee, my God, well, that even threw the auto steer off. Holy Lord. We're going to be taking the ClusterCluck Nano out to precision planting. We're going to drop the one I have off with them, and then we're going to take the one that they have and take it up to Milwaukee to get a few things fixed, and then Jason Mock is going to be picking that one up from Milwaukee so that he'll have out at his field day. So a lot of things happening. I'm pumped that it's springtime. We're back at it, and busy, and working from dawn to dark again. It's a good feeling to be out of the doldrums in winter, and get ready to grow stuff, and hopefully learn a lot of good things in 2025. So that's it for now. I'm going to shut up, quit yabbling. Have a great Easter weekend, and hope everyone gets in the field to get their planting bam on shortly after that.